Let me add my word of welcome to the sentiments already expressed by my previous speakers and begin by saying how delighted I am to be with you amidst this distinguished gathering of members on the dais, the audience, and to share my views at this inaugural session of the 10th Green Cement Tech 2014. As you are aware, the Cement Manufacturers Association is the apex body of the large cement manufacturers, and CIA Godrej Green Cement Center Division engage in various activities for catalyzing energy efficiency across the industry sectors, have been jointly organizing this international conference for the last 8 years and over. Over the period, the conference has assumed the stature of an important annual event in the calendar of international events, eagerly look forward to by all those interested in this subject and all the stakeholders of the cement industry. Both Cement Manufacturers Association as well as CIA Godrej Green Business Center Division jointly as well as independently have been taking a number of measures to improve energy efficiency and protect environment in and around the Indian cement plants. I am happy to say that all our concerted initiatives and efforts in this regard have been acknowledged and well received even by the government agencies, although we are acutely conscious of the fact that a lot remains to be done with the help and support of the government. Ladies and gentlemen, the year 2014 holds a special significance for the cement industry as it marks 100 years of its existence in service of the consumer and the government. During this long journey, the industry has seen many ups and downs, has logged many milestones, and also contributed significantly in nation building by adopting global measures which have received recognition and appreciation from all quarters. With the adoption of massive modernization, assimilation of state-of-art technology, the Indian cement plants are today amongst the most energy efficient and environment friendly and are comparable to the best in the world in all respects. A point that my previous speaker, Mr. Jayaraman, had adverted to, whether it is skin size, technology, energy consumption, or environment friendliness. The industry has progressed in the reduced use of thermal energy consumption from 800 to 900 kilocalories per kilogram of clinker, again, a point that Mr. Jayaraman had mentioned, to 650 to 750 kilocalories per kilogram of clinker now. Similarly, power consumption has also registered a remarkable improvement from 100 to 115 kilowatt per ton of cement to about 69, the point that you mentioned. It is hoped the average energy consumption would be further reduced by almost 4.8% by 2015 under the first 3-year cycle of Perform, Achieve and Trade scheme of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. The architects of this are all here from the Bureau of Energy Efficiency and also the industry here. With over 225 million tons of cement production and a capacity of about 360 million tons in 2013-14, the Indian cement industry is second largest cement producing country in the world, next only to China. It produces about 7% of the global production. However, our per capita consumption still remains abysmally low at 202 kilograms compared to the world average of 543 kilograms. This, ladies and gentlemen, also underlines the tremendous scope there is for us to further grow in this industry in the long run, particularly as the government is going to give it thrust to infrastructure which would require humongous amount of cement requirement as years go by. Coal is one of the major raw materials needed by the industry, both in the manufacturing of cement as also for generating power. With a steep drop in the supply of linked coal to the cement industry from 75% of its total fuel requirement in 2003 to the current level of almost 35%, coupled with higher cost of open market coal and imported coal and its uncertain availability, compounded further by more and more manufacturing capacities getting added, exploring the increased use of alternate fuels and raw materials and productively harnessing waste heat recovery are the only viable options for the cement industry. This point has also been emphasized by Mr. Jayaraman. This will also be in line with the cement industry's commitment towards environmental protection. Turning to the theme of this conference, namely making the Indian cement plants world-class green, I am happy to go on record that the environmentally proactive Indian cement industry has been able to retain its leading role in the key areas of energy conservation and reducing carbon footprint through adoption of modern energy management systems and equipment in its operation, use of alternate raw materials, waste utilization to replace clinker and fossil fuels. Already the industry has contributed significantly to eco-friendly use of industrial waste and thereby reduce its carbon emission. I would like to inform you that the cement industry has been currently consuming over 27% of the total fly ash generated and 100% of slag generated in the country. To further encourage the use of fly ash in the cement manufacturing, I suggest that the experts gathered here deliberate as to how the supply of fly ash free of cost by powerhouses to the cement industry be restored on the world over accepted principle of polluter to pay. As per the report of the Working Group on Cement Industry for the 12th five-year plan, the cement industry has decreased its emission intensity from 1.05 ton of carbon dioxide per ton of cement in 1994 to 0.82 ton of carbon dioxide per ton of cement in 2007. It is gratifying to point out that the emission level is already declining, and as per the current information available, it has already come down to 0.719 per ton of 0.719 ton of carbon dioxide emission per ton of cement production. There is, however, potential for the industry to reduce this further in the years ahead, for which, as has been rightly pointed out, a proactive regulatory mechanism keeping in view the ground realities is the need of the hour. The concerted efforts jointly put in by CMA and CIA, as well as the Institute for Industrial Productivity to find feasible solutions for enhancing the use of alternate fuel and raw materials in the Indian cement industry by undertaking joint projects and studies deserve commendation. I strongly believe that the synergies of all the organizations and stakeholders should be harnessed appropriately for helping the cement industry scale ever newer heights to become world-class in resource and energy conservation and environmental protection. Indian cement industry has also taken a good initiative in setting up renewable energy sources such as wind power as an alternate source to meet part of the energy consumption requirement from the grid and its own captive power plant. Government of India has also introduced the Renewable Energy Certificate Mechanism, a market-oriented policy to promote renewable energy and facilitate renewable energy purchase obligations among various stakeholders. Another area of energy saving, namely cogeneration of power through waste heat recovery, is well established now and offers a huge potential for reducing burden on national grid and thereby effect significant energy savings through reduced coal consumption and consequent reduction in equivalent carbon dioxide emission. Based on empirical results, it is estimated that even if plants with 1 million ton capacity adopt this technology, industry's potential savings can be to the tune of almost 1,000 megawatt through cogeneration. However, to incentivize its acceptance and adoption by the entire cement industry, there is also a need that cogeneration of power through waste heat recovery be granted renewable energy status for issuance of RE certificates. As you all know, with increasingly growing concern of environmental protection, the Government of India are currently formulating emission norms for the cement industry for SO2 and NOx and particulate matter. Additionally, with the adoption of national water policy, conservation of water through various mechanisms, including rainwater harvesting, is another area which will assume increased focus in times to come.